Howdy folks, I'm Rebecca Jolly, the Jolly Alchemist, here for a transit report. Today we're looking at Tuesday, the 23rd of September, 2025. We're still in the right angle cross of the vessel of love. So we're still talking about 46 and 25, 15 and 10. So love of the body, being in the right time in the right place, innocent, healing and loving of all things, authentic behavior, and the love of humanity in all of its variations. And those four together make this cross of love, with a particular emphasis on the 46, because that's really the grouping that we're in, is gate 46 right now. And that is specifically the gate of the love of the body and the love of being in the body, and through that love doing what you love, and by that being the right time and place, which is essentially the definition of luck. Everybody's looking for luck, everybody's wanting to do that, and in this time of focusing on this gate, we discover that luck is entailed in doing what you love and not letting anyone take you out of that. So that leads us to this third line, which is projection, the determination to stay with what brings success. So you have an idea of, I love this thing, I want to do this thing, and this third line is about being taken out of that flow by somebody coming along and saying, can you do this real quick? I need your help with this. Da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, okay, that third line is like, okay, I'm experimenting with going out, but nope, I need to come out. I need to stay in my flow of what's bringing me success, because that is how I have good luck. That's what brings good things for me, is to focus on my love, my joy, my passion, whatever it is that this body is full of doing right now. And then, of course, 25, line 3 goes with it. That is sensibility, the power to withstand shock and failure. Now, in this case, we're talking about the 25th gate that's coming out of the G center and reaching down towards the willpower center and the shock that's on the other side of there. So anyone who has a 25 is naturally going to be experiencing that other end of the channel a little more often than the rest of us, which means they're going to be experiencing shock, experiences that need courage, failure, and in this third line, we have the ability to be able to stay innocent and maintain innocence in spite of those shocks, to still be able to be, dewy-eyed, looking at it, still looking for the good, hoping for the best, and all of that, still being able to happen. Which is how this song came along, River by Bishop Briggs, which really talks about the shock of falling into the river and then realizing, okay, just run it, just go with it, run me like a river, let's just flow, let's do this thing, let's stay with it, because that's going to bring us the success in the end. So I was like, yeah, perfect song for today. Our moon is beginning in 57, line 2. I talked yesterday about how that 57 was going to connect to, where's our 20? It is Uranus that's in 20 right now. So it's staying there for a while. And so that's giving me in particular, with the 3 other gates of this integration circuit, months to really dig down and explore my self-empowerment. Of course, I don't look at it that much, and I really shouldn't look at it that much, because that could be a very bad thing for me. But not looking at it allows it to happen. And I have noticed that, I'm starting to, figure things out, make connections, and learn more how I can be empowered just by letting it be. That's really what we need to do with that planet. So the beginning of our day starts off with the potential for this flash of inspiration, because the 57 is all of a sudden connecting that for the whole planet. Then after 57, the moon will go into 32. This is our gate of continuity coming out of the spleen that touches onto ambition. So this is the nature of success, to be ambitious, to have the needs of the one rising up and being able to stay stable through changes. That's what makes success. Of course, we don't have that channel being completed. It's just that the moon will pass through 32 stability through changes. And then when it's done through that, with that, it will go in the same gate that Mars is in right now, which is gate 50. We just talked about this yesterday, and we will again today. This values, or taking on responsibilities. So let's work our way down into that. Mercury is, of course, starting off the day at the end of 18 line 5, which I covered yesterday because so much of the day was already in 18.5, and that was the line of therapy. And now we're going to move into 18.6, which is boundlessness, departure to find new horizons instead of standstill. So standstill, is another name for our 18th gate, focus on the broken. And what this sixth line is saying in specific is that it's gone to the top of the house. It's really looking over into the next yard. Yeah, it can focus on the broken if you want it to, but that's not its primary thing. It's really wanting to get into some depth and really look deep. So 48 will be coming next throughout the day, and 48 line 1 is pragmatism. Paying attention to what's practical, so a very grounded kind of depth. That's a nice thing to see. We definitely could use some of that in our energy. Of course, this is still a people energy because this will be in Mercury. So this is foreshadowing what we will be seeing ahead as we move forward in the Sun-Earth activations. Our Venus energy starts off at 59 line 5. This is, of course, seduction, the power of sexuality to attract other people, but it will go into line 6. This is our connections with other people and our sexuality that's going to be racing over here to the emotional center in order to make some babies when the 6 is activated. 59 line 6 is union, the power of intimacy regardless of conditions. So it doesn't matter if you're up, down, high or low, in or out. Whoop. It's able to make that intimate connection if it wants to or not. And that's kind of the way all the lines in the I Ching and in Human Design go. Every single one of these abilities, it could be that that person really expresses it, or that they hold it inside and jack it up and don't let it out, but that they should be letting it out. There's a real big difference, I find, in how people express their designs when they've done what I call their homework or are working on their homework and not. When somebody is really stuck and not wanting to grow, not wanting to evolve, it's very interesting how I can read their charts much more easily, because I just look at that chart and I look, okay, where is the not self shining out the strongest? These are going to be the most strong definitions of that person, whether it's bridging gates or open centers or hanging gates or things not reaching the throat. And then when people start to actually do their homework, that's where things get interesting, because as we start to evolve and become self-aware, whether it's through human design or not, we become capable of more things. We become a more complete human, and I find that in my readings definitely, that if they've been looking at themselves, trying to grow up, they can supersede the limitations of what we see in their design. So in doing our homework and trying to grow up and get closer to being love or an evolved consciousness, we gain the power to be more fully human. Something to think about. Yeah. Our global energies are still stable for today, but tomorrow we will be seeing a change. I believe it's a Saturn. Yeah, it's a Saturn change we'll see tomorrow, because of course we have our Saturn currently in 25 line 1. And because that's still in retrograde, it will retrograde down to the next gate. But that's for tomorrow. Just a little highlight of what's ahead. Tomorrow we will also be doing the last little bit of the right angle cross of love and shifting into that juxtaposition, which is serendipity, the luckiest people around if they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. So yeah, that's what we'll do tomorrow. We've got, I think, all of our bits and pieces here for today. So take care of yourselves. Come back tomorrow to see what it's like to be so lucky.
Ciao.